Patledge. All right, so Mark, you ran eBay and Microsoft in the Asia region during Web 2. You saw Web 2 become a thing, and you figured out, how to broker those companies in eBay in another region. How's it being in America?
It's great to be back.
Yeah. So welcome back. So as someone who was successful in tech, you kind of reinvented yourself. In what way did you reinvent yourself? And I think we're going to have a lot of people out of this IPO having a lot of money and thinking about what to do next. I'm wondering if what you're doing could be an inspiration. What exactly are you doing?
So I'm now focused on a question that I've been thinking about for a half century, ever since I was in high school. What is the future? What's the nature of our economy, and how can we make it center more on human flourishing? So when I was a freshman in high school, my brother, who was a junior, my big brother, came home one day from his economics class and said, "Mark, I just learned that the purpose of the economy is to make profits for shareholders." I thought, oh, really? Like, that doesn't seem right. I thought the purpose of the economy was to make the stuff we need. I thought it was to give us jobs. I thought, that's what it's all about. He said, no, that's what I learned. And he's the authority figure, is my big brother, and the teacher was even more of an authority figure. And sure enough, all through the 70s and 80s, this message was broadcast, right? The purpose of the economy is to make profits for shareholders. Like, that just didn't sit right. But then I've been thinking about it ever since. So I went off to China in the 80s, 1983. People were still wearing Mao suits, red stars in their hats. Everybody was riding bikes. Completely different place. I was in Europe, in Eastern Europe, before the Berlin Wall came down. I then spent
As a tourist or doing business?
I was a student in China, and I was both tourist and business across Europe, East and West. I built businesses in 18 of the 20 biggest economies of the world. Worked, as you said, for eBay, for Microsoft, Yahoo back in the day. And in that process, I've seen that the economy can be run really differently in a lot of different places. So learned a lot.
So neoliberalism, can you define that? And why is that relevant for right now? And what are you doing based on neoliberalism? Is there a word post-neoliberalism? So yeah, expand on that for those who may not know what that is.
Yeah, I think there is such a thing as post-neoliberalism. In fact, places like Harvard have conferences on it. Danielle Allen did one last
Who has never
December.
attended a post-neoliberalism conference. Okay,
So neoliberalism is the name that we give to the era that really started in the 70s and 80s. It was based on the economics of that time, the 50s and the 60s. So what was available to work with, and it had it sort of created the era that we all know. We think of it as economics, but it's before that. There was Keynesianism. That went on for decades. There was something before that. There was sort of laissez-faire moment in our economy. There will be things that come next. And one of the questions is, are we at a moment of change? I think there's enough going on that makes me feel like we are at a moment of change. A lot of people, maybe the majority of Americans, feel the economy isn't working for them. We have degraded our natural environment. We have AI looming above us. It's going to cause massive change one way or the other. So this is a moment of change. And one of the questions is this time for a new era? And I think it is.
So how familiar are you with Bretton Woods and what happened there in the 20s?
Well, yeah, a lot was changed, and
then the
that was the
Federal
40s.
Reserve
But yeah. So there was the.
I was seeing if you're an AI and if you really knew that. So that's good you called me on that. No, I didn't know that, but thank you for correcting me. But in terms of that was a moment where the United States currency became kind of de facto the world currency a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Are we in jeopardy of not being taken as seriously right now as a world something because of some of the actions, or is the world so deep, so many multi-poles that people aren't thinking that way? And what happened in Bretton Woods when have the kind of aftershocks that anything happens now?
Well, certainly we're at a moment of change, And actually, I think we're at a moment of opportunity. Every change brings opportunity.
So you're a techno-optimist.
I'm not a techno-optimist. I spent my career in technology. I think technology can solve human problems. And I think the purpose of the economy is to solve human problems that then enable us to flourish. That's what we want our economy to do for us. And it doesn't always. So some technology solves problems, some technology creates problems. When it creates problems, sometimes with GDP, we measure it. If it causes cancer or solves cancer, as long as it makes money, it's good. I don't think that's the right way to measure it. I think the right way to measure things is, does this innovation solve something that helps us make life better for ourselves?
All right, so 2 last questions. In terms of this paradigm shift, what should we do about it? And then can you dream what you'd like to see in the next 10 years around community and around the future of our prosperity as a society?
So I do think we have an opportunity to change. I don't know if we will. It's broadly up to us. One of the things I learned traveling around the world, if you look at the change that happened in China in the 80s, that was a leader, but it was a political movement where someone decided, hey, this isn't working, let's do something different. When the Berlin Wall came down, that was a moment that was much more chaotic, much more widespread, but there was a moment when things changed. Technology has changed things. So the internet revolution that I was a part of really did fundamentally transform how we work, where we work, what companies are the top companies of our era. So we're at a moment like that. We can change. But humans create that. What I saw and learned throughout the course of my career, what creates value, I thought about what we did when we were in Silicon Valley in the 90s. We weren't focused on, can we drive up the share price? We were focused on, what are the problems that our users are facing, and how can we make those problems better? How can we solve them? That's what we need the economy to do for us. So that's what I like to see. So I think we need a positive vision about where the economy needs to go. And that's and that vision is solving problems to create flourishing. And then we need a sense of what is a paradigm. And I think, and I owe Eric Beinhocker and Nick Hanauer of Oxford for this work. It just has 3 parts. It has a moral foundation, it has economic science, and then it has policy and culture. So the moral foundation, I think, needs to shift from, gee, it's consumption and leisure that makes us happy. No, it's what other people here have said today. It's health, it's human connection, it's being part of a community. That's what makes us happy.
So just